Well, today is just going to be mostly art fixing, kind of repairing things that I messed up last time and seeing how we can do. Like what we can do and how that'll go. So, we shall see. I'll do what I can, you know? Hi, Ronnie. How are you? Wow, you are super fast. How are you? Good to see you. How are you today? Maybe the background noise will put you to sleep. I hope it will. I know the feel. I'm also super sleepy today. I woke up super late, so I'm glad that that's interesting to you. I noticed that there were a lot of issues with what I did last time, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and fix a lot of that this time. Like I kind of threw in like a stand-in for her upper and lower teeth last time just to have something there, like a layer. But I definitely want to revisit that. Absolutely terrifying. How apt, yeah? Okay. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go for... Let's see. The whole thing being dark up here is fine. And then I would want to work on tongue. So here it's just kind of like this weird circle thingy that I put in as an interlay. I think what I want to do is freehand this a bit more than I did. Let's go ahead and erase most of this for now. I kind of want to just start over. I do want to take this color real quick. Let's put this color over here. Put this color over here. And then for the inner mouth, let's kind of like make this a bit more regular. here. Thinking I want something more like this, kinda.
Dream time?
Hello, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm okay. Today is very synthwave rainy.
I like rain. Rain is great.
So do I. I'll stream so you can
I mean,
hear
we'll
it
have
if you
D in
want.
like 20 minutes, but
Thanks for
just thought
coming. Yeah, thanks for coming by. I'm like redoing her mouth. That was something I kind of wasn't really happy with. I threw something up last stream just to like have a stand-in for the layers. But my plan was to come back like today and really like work out what I wanted that to look like.
fancy.
And then I want to grab this color and do like another. Wait, no, I grabbed the wrong color. There we go. Okay, I think that's closer to what I'm going for. Oh no. Okay. So what are your plans for the day?
Oh, I'm gonna play some Lancer at 1 o'clock. Gonna do my dailies for Nikki, my dailies for Mabinogi, probably some Planetside too.
I'm planning to stream Mobby later today. I haven't had a chance to play and like pull gacha and stuff, so I want to do that.
Yeah, you gotta get those wings.
Yeah. How much are they on the market right now? I'm just curious.
I don't know, but when I first pulled them, they were 500 mil.
Holy
But
shit.
it seems like they're not too uncommon. Like they're probably the rarest thing in the gotch, but
Oh, they
if
are.
you're pulling like 45, then there's a good chance you'll get one.
Not really. They're like a 0.07%.
Okay, then me and my girlfriend just got lucky then.
Assuming you got the like special one that's like the featured pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The special like enchantable
With 4
with the
dyeable parts.
upgrades. I don't count the dyeable parts, but the reforges or the set effects is what I was looking at.
Yeah, I think they all have the set effects, but there's a super special one that's like rare. That is.
There's a lot of the wings that look exactly the same, and almost none of them have anything on them besides just looking like wings.
Yeah, there's like 4 sets, each of which has like the same thing, but.
I could look up the exact name of the item.
Come on, that's an enclosure. That should work, right? Nope.
It's a special sublime dragon guardian wings. That's what I got. Probably the ancient dragon guardian wings are the ones you're talking about.
If you go check the gacha, like the actual list page that shows like the percentages, you'll see what I mean. Hello, you cake. How are you? Aw, thank you. Today is pretty chill. I thought about putting my, like, avatar up for these, but I'm not sure. I think this is more the sort of thing people like check in on periodically / throw on just for interesting background.
Yeah, I got the one that's 4 parts diagonal.
Oh wow, yeah, that's actually super lucky.
And there's one that's 3 parts diagonal, another 3-part diagonal one, and then one that's got technically 1 part but it doesn't say.
I swear I picked up a brighter color than this, and it like keeps changing. But yeah, I'm trying to be a lot more careful with her mouth today. That's kind of like another like really important thing. Especially when it comes to rigging it. Mouth rigging is actually surprisingly complex as well. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
I haven't even bothered trying to rig in like 3D yet for mouth.
I feel like it would be worse. Well, maybe it would be equally as difficult in...
It's awful because you also have to rig the eyes like in a special way when you do the mouth if you want to make it look good.
Oh, like in 3D?
Oh yeah.
In 2D, I feel it's the same way just because, like, you know, if you're smiling, you want your eyes to change too. Like, I was working on a lot of that last session.
They send you something that's like absolutely insane, like level of detail for rigging on eyes and face.
What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna send you something that's like absolutely insane level of detail for eye and face rigging.
Okay. Oh, I see where the leak is. Why does your hand hurt? What did you do? There we go. That's what I was expecting to happen. Oh. Also, I kind of like that you can... There's a brush now that lets you... Like, I could have done this a lot earlier, but, like, I didn't trust it to work. But paint unfilled area is actually pretty nice. Like, for patching in a lot of
So
those
what it basically just gets rid of spots in the middle of the color.
Yeah. Or, like, if you dump your paint bucket and you have, like, those weird, like, extra sects.
Yeah.
Those extra spots.
That's actually really useful.
Ew, this is her tongue. I'm, like, making it a lot better than it was yesterday. Or, not yesterday, last session. Because I just threw that together last time as, like, a stand-in of, like... I need to just have something here for layers so I can come back to this later.
Is that a default brush, by the way? The fold brush?
Hmm?
The brush that you were showing off earlier, is that a default brush, or did you have to download that one?
Which one?
Just the fold, flatten, whatever.
Huh? The one that patches in the gaps?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's the default.
Nice.
No, that's the wrong color. Let me go over here and grab the right color. There. I'm not sure if I like this track. This feels less relaxing. This feels like one of those levels in... What do you call it? Like, you know how there are those like levels where you like infiltrate the big bad city? And it's like, or their fortress, and it's like, everyone is unhappy. Like, this is just Pain Peckle. And you like have to avoid everyone. That feels like because there's nothing on the side, that's gonna break out. Okay. Are you aware that there are counterfeit mermaids for sale?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I said nothing.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to come into the station. I'm with the Anti-Counterfeit Mermaid Committee.
Hey, I know nothing. All I said was that I'm aware that they're for sale.
That is top secret information, man.
It is not. There's a giant factory.
And where is this giant factory?
I don't know.
But how did you know that there's a giant factory?
Because I've seen people coming out of it.
So you do know where the factory is.
I played the fifth.
Come on with me.
Hello, Ruin. Aki Makura. Wow. Yuyake drew some absolutely adorable art when I was sick and stuff. And then she drew another one like early this morning / today, where there's a like kind of inside joke that we have about Rhythm Heaven, where it's like 1 egg, and because there's like an endless game with a Munchie Monk where he eats eggs and peas on a train as a little girl, like basically like a little girl has like a pet on her head, and she gives the monk food for the pet, and he like she puts it in his palm, and he like blows it off his palm into the mouth of the pet. But since
Sounds like a fever dream.
But since it's a rhythm game, she has to like call out what she's about to put in so that the player knows how to react and blow it properly. So it's a super catchy song that goes like dun, 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 dun. And it's like 1 egg. And then like if you do it right, you hear like the clunk. So it's like 1 egg clunk, 1 egg nyum. But like I can't do the glunky sound that it does, so I just say nyum instead.
Glunk.
So it's like 1 egg nyum, 1 egg nyum, 1 egg nyum, handful of peas nyum 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 nyum.
Wait a minute. Indra, you have an Nakamura? You're not going to share?
How did you obtain an Akimakura? Also, I love the fact that her name just happens to line up with this. I think this is starting to look better than like the. Let me phrase that. This is already way better than the tongue that I used to have. It's just some tonguey that I used to know. And I'm trying to like do this one instead of painting it to kind of like give it more shading so that when I blend the edges. I don't know if I'm any good at all of this. And painting is fine, but when I have to like make something brand new is when I'm like pretty bad. Ironically, I don't like eggs very much IRL.
I love egg. Hard-boiled egg. You must eat all the eggs.
I actually very, very rarely eat egg. Egg salad? Why would you consider egg salad peak food?
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. It's more like deviled eggs or peak food.
No, curry is peak food.
Deviled curry eggs.
You can put eggs in curry, but I tend not to.
I like potatoes and curry, but my mom's allergic to potatoes.
Really? That's a rare allergy.
It's not like, I don't think it's the potatoes itself. I think it's the starch or something like that. Gives her cramps.
Crabs?
Cramps. With
Oh.
a P.
Oh, cramps. You just made me like, for a split second, I was like imagining crab rave. All the crabs are on the beach, but they're like tossing around potatoes.
No.
And then they have like a couple pistol shrimps in the background that are like snapping off bullets to like make explosion sounds, like as like a particularly dexterous potato toss is made.
Missile shrimps just casually, like, detonating the force of 1,000 tons of TNT. You know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Skaboom! I haven't had mayonnaise in many a year. Actually, I don't know the last time I had mayo. Getting it when there's like chicken katsu that comes with spicy mayo is a little tempting, but I still haven't gotten it. Firelighter as a musical tool? Tell me more, I'm curious. I'm feeling pretty good. Compared to like when I was sick, this is way better. I'm just sleep deprived. I didn't get to sleep until what was it, like 6 in the morning or something stupid. And then I woke up at 12 or like 1.
All right, it's time for me to report in for Lancer. See you later, Artie.
See you. Metal firelighter, and then there's the opening and closing sound, plus the sound of, so it goes like foomp, like you hear that click, and then the foomp. Cool. I'm like leaving her lips transparent just so I can see her tongue a little bit. Where she's like, eh. Like a little unnerved. But if we put her mouth back on and see her being like, It's pretty subtle, but I think you can kind of see what I was going for, right? Or like the different gradients help there. Interesting. Right. So I definitely need to go erase these color splotches over here. They were just for organizational purposes. Good job! That scared me so much. Let's see. I'm gonna try something. I might need to make the teeth come lower. I added more. I have yet to remove a redeem. I added 2 or 3 more the last time. There's like the slapping now is specifically, like, since people seem to really like to hit me, it says that like you'll be slapping me, but there's another one that like is angry for me going ham on slapping enemies instead. It's a little longer though, and it's more aggravated, so it's a little more expensive, but if you want to hit my enemies with me, use the one that costs 300 instead of slapping me for 200. Okay, so yeah, that's because you're nice. Everyone else loves to see me suffer and beat me up more and more. Okay. Owie. I like this meteor. What do you mean the cost was a bit of an oversight?
Emotional, damn it!
Thank you. I can actually, if you're going to be nice and head pat me, I can exist. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you very much for the head pat. Good. Let's see. I kind of don't really like the way that I did this. So let's, instead of making this like super oval, let's save what I did so far. I keep forgetting to like switch back to CSPP instead of saving. And like, I'll play it just for a sec, like so that you can see what it sounds like and see why I like made it more expensive. This is like, I'm like, venting anger. Oh god, that's way louder than I expected.
And remember, hydrate or die.
Thank you, Ronnie. Oh my god. Ren, after I'm done, I might play Mobby and do like a gacha stream and stuff like that. So I might even give away stuff that I don't want from the gacha, just for like funsies. It's also one of those questions though where like let's see if we do. I feel like the lower teeth would be easier. Let's do those first. Okay, let's do the lower teeth then. I'll make you even bigger to ease yours. Orb. I knew I already have one for you. I also have a pink dye for you. Speaking of which, Ronnie, are there any dyes that you're after in specific right now? If I get any or if I have any, you can have them. I did not. I haven't had time to play Mobby. Especially last week because it was like Monday I worked 12 hours and then basically just died when I got home. / had to study. Tuesday I was kind of sick but I did stream and that's why I skipped. Oh wait, no. I had the movie. Studying for rigging. I'm like trying to figure out like how to draw. Like, so an example is like I studied drawing mouths and stuff to be able to do this today. But like last time I had studied like how to do eyes, how to do like winking and things like that, like smiling. So like I'm actively studying between streams to figure out like how to do the next stream. Alright, so for lower teeth, let's go back 2 steps. Grab this color and then redo those 2 steps. So for this, I think I want like something like this. Rin, what do you mean? Ruin, how would Elemental Knight spamming their skills kill you? I see what I did wrong here. This lacks the impression of depth because there's no like lower. Oh, like processing issue? You may want to turn on character minimization. That can help a lot in situations like that. Yeah, I would say turn on character minimization in situations like that. Yeah, do hide hide characters and like you can also there's an option in like graphics to maintain frame rate. You might want to turn that on. It definitely seems like it might be an older computer like issue. I need to figure out like there's something off. Let's draw over here so I have a color splotch to get the color back from. Okay. Yeah. It will like let you hide more people. It's definitely something you should look into doing. Yes. And while you're in that performance area, there's also a maintain frame rate option. You can set that to a level where it will try to automatically configure like minimizing as much as it can in order to meet the frame rate if it detects that you are consistently beneath that frame rate. It's pretty useful. I think I want like a thin black outline. Does that help at all? I'm not sure how I feel about it. The name lag isn't as bad as it used to be, but like if you've seen people who have modded their clients so that the text is different, a lot of the reason for that was because I believe Mobby uses like a vector font by default, which is like every name has to actually be drawn on the screen instead of it using like a bitmap font. So if you can change so people changed the font to actually have less lag because like the drawing process for it would be less intensive. Just weird little edge case Mobby facts. Trying to see if this actually like works at all. I'm not sure if I actually need lower teeth. Because I want to have her be kind of cute like the emotes, like where she doesn't have bottom teeth, but she has like that nice little top thing. I think that might be cute. But I wanted to try seeing what would happen if I like drew it. I think I needed to make it rounder before I like... There is, or like you can set it up so that if you like know what you usually get, you can set your parameters so that your normal situation never triggers it, but raids will. At last. Actually, this is fine. Like, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I actually want them or not. And I'm, like, experimenting with, like, how that looks. I think I needed to make them wider if I wanted to do that. Alright, we can just undo the black outlining. Like, probably, like, this, and then I would give them an outline. Something like that. Something kind of like that. But let me abandon this for a moment and come back to it. Because what I was originally thinking is for her upper teeth, for example. Like, you see how she has this, like, one thing? I was thinking of doing kind of like a cuter style where... Let me go ahead and just erase all of this. Where... Let me see. Yeah. Because I was thinking it might be like, if I make it long enough, you can kind of see, like, if I turn her head back on, you can kind of see, like, she looks kind of like a little derpy dirt. You can kind of see the thing there. Or like if she's doing like Aki excited. Can I turn off? But yeah, you can kind of see like her mouth is parted a little bit like I wanted to kind of have it like that. And like her entire like upper face here is one layer right now. Eventually I should separate it into multiple layers, but for now I'm gonna just keep it as one layer. But I think her nose should be in its own layer, but her nose is gonna be easy to separate. Let me grab that now while I'm thinking about it. Got your nose. And technically, like, these highlights here, I also need to change. I'm glad you think it looks good like this. Alright. Let's grab her nose. I'm just gonna grab the whole thing. Even the in-between pixels. Isn't it amazing how far I can zoom in? Like, every time I work on her, I'm just like... Her resolution is ridiculous. Like, in a good way. This is 2,342% mag. Wow, Yuya. Wow. I can't believe you've done this. Nose. I got your nose. Whoop. Now I need to in-paint her. The hole I left in her face by taking her nose out. The hard part is that, like, if you look super closely, you can kind of see that sometimes there are, like, variants in shades. I don't know, I might be hallucinating at this point, but I feel like whenever I get, like, this close, I can see, like, individual, like, pixel variances, like, right here. Or, like, this is a slightly different, like, this is a slightly different pixel than this. So I try to, like, draw in such a way that it matches the original as closely as I can get it to, where it still has like some of those striations in it. This is also 3,200% magnification, so at this point it's like individual pixels. Like, you see that giant divide up here that actually is multiple shades? Like, that's the shiny highlight on her nose, so. Hello, Dreamer. How are you today? Good to see you. Yeah, kind of like... Ooh, how do you play... What do you do when you play League? I usually only play ARAM, so I'm curious. Can you not in this? But like right here, for example, you can kind of see like there's this V shape that is different gradients that I need to like match, right? Hi, hello, Riala. How are you today? I'll look into that, Indra. I was trying something interesting today, but I was like, this isn't really my favorite. I'm okay. I just finished coloring, and we'll have to do it later. This fills me with determination. Okay, we can maybe deselect here so I can actually start fixing stuff freehand. Got your nose. Let me check her nose by itself. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Let's turn her nose off. And we can grab this highlight diamond. Oh, that was actually surprisingly easy. Highlighting actually, like, auto highlight actually worked for the most part for once. There we go. What about this little area right here? No, that last one is a little bit much. Oh. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is, if I zoom out. Yeah, I probably want to capture the little edge just to make it easier to slide. Okay, cool. Cut. This is nose highlight. Now I need to turn you off. And in paint behind you. Let's do that. I think this is a different color. Oh, I have an idea. What if I do this? There we go. I set it up. Now it's raining too. I feel like adding rain to relaxing music makes it even more so. And I really like doing that. Derpy no nose, Aki. I want to smile at Aki. Okay. That might be okay for now. Let me see. I might leave them there, but... Ah! It's going pretty well, Seltzer, I think. How are you today? After I'm done for today, I'm gonna probably stream like gacha opening and stuff, but... I definitely want to like curve this down a bit more. how's commerce going? Last time I ran commerce, Indra asked me to talk to the red dragon. What box? 600k you can get pretty quickly. Okay. So let's see. This ornament. Did I cut it yet? Okay. I think we're good on mouth for now. This will do for V1. Alright, so important stuff is that hey, when you love someone, sometimes you put up with stuff that you would kill others for. There is one thing I want to do with this flower ornament that bothers me. I want, like, this little part down here, like the tassel, to be able to move by itself. Like, eventually I would like to have the entire thing cut separately, but this is like a level of minutiae that interferes with like actually getting Aki to work. But I think I still want to do just this part. So let's turn the rest of her off. Let's try to just cut this one part. I don't need to do anything special to it, but isn't rain like so nice and relaxing? Does anyone here not like rain? Do you hate the sound of rain, or like you hate being in rain? You hate the effects of rain? What is it for you? But you need water to live. It sounds like you're drinking too fast then. Maybe because if it's silent, you associate it with like something leaking rather than it just being like a natural phenomenon. I'm wondering if that's it. It's like I don't want to hear things leaking. That's bad. Do you know how to swim? Like, well? Interesting. If you can't float, then that implies that you can't swim well. Like, that's what I was asking. Like, can you swim well? Because I feel like there's a direct correlation between, like, people's general comfort around water and their capability to navigate within it. Like, I haven't done any, like, long things for a while, but interesting, just interesting fact. In order to graduate, I was required to learn how to swim. I had to do a 100-meter swim without resting, and the first 75 meters of it had to be front crawl. I also wanted to get my boating license, so I needed to, that examination was, you jump in the pool and you have to tread water for 10 minutes. No resting, no stopping. If at any point, like, you touch a wall or you stop treading water for whatever reason, you sink or whatever, you start having issues, you have to start over and you fail. That one was optional, but the swim 100 meters in one go was actually mandatory for graduation. The last 25, they were like, you can swim whatever stroke you want. But it wasn't hard. But, like, I already knew how to swim before starting university, so for me it was just like, okay, cool, I'll do the thing. I'll do the boating exam while I'm at it. Cool. I have both licenses now. And that's my swim test requirement done. Oh, that part. It's not that hard because, in my opinion, the trick is, instead of just constantly treading, like at the same height, you can dramatically extend your stamina in doing it by, letting yourself float, and then as you're about to start sinking, you maintain, rather than, like, constantly exerting. So, like, I only had to make a stroke, like, every 3 to 5 seconds instead of constantly. You're not allowed to rest on your back in that either. So yeah, for me it was stronger strokes with less intervals. Was easier to maintain. Though I also took the exam with other people as well, so we were just chatting the whole time. And I was just like, oh yeah. And then they were like, cool, you're done. And I was like, oh, okay. Time flies when you're having fun chatting. But like I had already been good. I was really like disappointed though, cuz like when I was first learning to swim, I was messing around. I remember I was like 8 or something. I was very young. And the interesting part was that we were like learning like basic like okay, here's like the most basic swimming mechanism. It's like front crawl. And then I think we learned back crawl after that. And then when we learned breaststroke, I was like, this is hard. I suck at this. Is there any way I can do this better? And I was like, I essentially like self-derived how to do butterfly. And I was like, look, I figured it out. Mermaid kicking. I'm a mermaid. And I was like kicking around like little me was kicking around all happy, as smiling as she could be. And I was just like, look, I figured out a new stroke. It's like mermaid. And they're like, oh, good job. That's called the butterfly. I'm like, oh, but why? Mermaid is such a better name. And they were like, well, ask the person who made it up first. And I was like, aww. I wanted to call it, but I wanted to call it mermaid kicking. And they're like, well, technically the kick in and of itself is called mermaid, but the actual stroke, like the way that you can breathe with this, like I hadn't necessarily figured out how to easily breathe with it, like properly. I was just kind of like flip kicking out of the air and like going almost like straight up and then coming back down, which was killing my momentum. And they were like, yeah, the way that you do that is you like swing your arms around and like they basically explained the please don't crash. I thought it was auto saving, but it's like actually crashing. This is not good. Please, no, not like this. Or did my tablet just die? Where's my mouse? Okay, good. Okay, oh thank goodness. My mouse was in a white spot that was blind for me. My tablet just died. Thankfully, I brought my charging cable for it over, so. Just open the box. I own a Wacom. I also have a Wacom. It is an M, I think? I was gonna get the L, and then everyone was like, you really don't need a big L. I always like dating night, so hearing it with Rain is like chef's kiss for me right now. Okay. We should get together in Mobby and play this sometime. We can do a duet on piano. Oh, by the way, yeah, someone complimented my piano. They were like, this is such a pretty piano. And I was like, yay. Aw, thank yous. It's easy enough to relentless assault slash. I just need a hapless pool goer to be sitting in the middle of the pool. Ruin. The answer to that is you. The smart floof answer is, yeah, use the compose skill. The actual answer in terms of like how you actually write songs is it's called music markup language. If you're looking for an actual reference of how to figure out how to translate notes and things like that. MML. So if you search music markup language, you'll probably find good resources on learning how to. There are also, like, since it's a known thing that's not, I think it's not just used in Mobby. There are tools that you can use that will help you translate. If you know what the musical notes are, like from some other source, like a different score, like an actual musical score or something else, you can translate it into MML. That's why I said that's like the smart. That's like the I'm messing with you, smart hours answer. Have you tried using the compose skill? It helps if you can, some people who put their stuff on the bard board actually don't set their scrolls to private. And you can read the MML for their songs. So like you can use it as a study reference as well, if you're interested in that. And you don't need to use a score scroll for that. You can actually use the free score scrolls. Like you can go on the bard bulletin board and just like try to transcribe something. And if you do it, the score scroll pops open, and if you see like it actually has a bunch of stuff written in it, then that's the music markup language for the song, and you can use that as a study reference. This looks good. Cool. Actually no. Yeah, Undertale has some amazing music, and this lo-fi remix of a lot of its stuff is just really good too. Alright, cut, and this is neck ornament, blossom tassel. Okay, so let's turn. Yeah, this looks good. Now, there are some rough edges on this I want to clean up. Oh, that is way too good. Like, see, this is the sort of thing that, like, it bothers me when I notice it. So, like, I desperately want to make sure that I, like, take care of it and clean it up. But at the same time, it's like, it's just that extra little something, you know? But it's not necessarily something that's like, if this isn't done, your model will not work. So I always feel kind of guilty on working on stuff like this because it's like, I really should be focusing on getting Aki, like, fully operational, at least. But it also tremendously bothers me to have minor stuff like this that's like not necessarily needed, but would still be easy enough to worry about in the first draft that I should. That, like, it catches my attention, like, really obviously. Like, what I really should be doing right now is working on, like, rigging her, like, not rigging, but, cutting her hair properly. Because her hair has some issues that I haven't fully resolved. And I've been, like, putting them on the back burner. But, like, at the same time, it's like, if I do this now, I won't have to do it later. And the thing is, I don't want V1 to look like I didn't put enough effort in, even though, like, I know that I'm gonna go and make, like, a V2, a V3, maybe even a V4. Does that make sense? Like, what I'm trying to convey? That's actually why, like, for a little while, I'm... Like, this is actually usually my rhythm game stream day. But just to, like, focus on getting Aki done, I actually replaced this, like, the rhythm streams with Aki for now. Because I was like, I really, really, really want to get to use her. And, like, I like the sense of accomplishment I get as I get little by little closer to actually being able to use her. But I had a score scroll bag at one point. I ended up having to throw it away. Well, I didn't throw it away. I put it in my bank storage. And, like, I don't know, I've never been good at art and stuff like that. So, this is like one of the this is essentially the first art project I've ever undertaken that I've actually been serious enough to essentially really see through to the end. That wasn't essentially just like a flight of fancy, like, oh, I feel like doing this today. And I think it helps that I have, like, other people involved in it as well. I wouldn't say that, Ruin. You flatter me. Thank you, though. It's nice of you to say that. To be fair, let me make sure that there's no confusion on this. I didn't draw Aki. I worked with an artist. I, like, generated up some concepts and we went back and forth a bunch of times. I made them very unhappy in the process, but working together, we eventually got to here. But they aren't familiar with Live2D or anything like that at all, so they gave me basically the most basic, like, I asked them to leave in most of their layers instead of like flattening it into one image. So they did, but I made the surprised Pikachu one, but the rest are same artist who drew Aki. But like, I didn't even know how to inpaint before I started this, so I've actually learned quite a lot doing this. And I like used to dabble in draw and stuff, but I'm not really that good of an artist. I would say I'm a lot better at like what would essentially be considered art repair at this point, though. That's basically all I've been doing. I just want to make sure that credit goes to Yabby for being an absolutely amazing artist. Timeline's rough, but there are some areas where like I've essentially like redrawn it. That my objective, like working at like such high resolution, is if I've done this properly, you won't be able to tell. So if I have accomplished that, then I am happy.
Good job!
Thank you. Okay, there. That looks better. Yeah, stuff like this, where... Cool. Okay. Alright. So, next up, we will... That is... Where did that come from? Let's see. There's some stuff I need to fix with her hair. So I would say let's do that. For example, this part. See, I like drew a shadow. Like on her, what do you call it? On this side, I didn't draw a shadow. On this side, I did. But the problem was the shadow is attached to her, so I need to separate it into its own layer. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Thankfully, because her hair is symmetrical, I can just flip the shadow. Oh wait, I can go ahead and deselect this now that I'm done with that. But like, for example, see how like now there's this weird little white edge here because I clipped off a bit of her skin, for example. So it's stuff like... Like, I haven't in-painted behind this because it's a massive pain in the butt and it crosses here as well. It's just like paint pickle. I mean, patching up just that little bit is pretty easy. But what I'm saying is that, like, since I haven't in-painted behind this because it's a real pain in the butt area to fix, if I... Let's say I turn her ornament back on. You can see it, like, down here. I need to do a little bit more. There we go. Ugh. Like, there are a lot of other issues I need to fix, but... Like, I can't animate her flower ornament right now because if I do, like, I have it in-painted behind there, so, like, as soon as it moves, you'll see, like, all of the hole. But I struggled a lot with, like, in-painting her collar because there's, like, so much shading and stuff that goes into this zone. Like, hold on. Let me turn her hair back on. Like, see, for example, like, her shoulder behind this piece of hair, like, all of this didn't exist, so I had to, like, redraw this entire area, basically. I didn't redo her hair because I'm still working on that, but... Like, like, one of the big things is I haven't made a back hair layer yet, and that's huge. Like, I need that for her to work properly. So, my goal was to, like, cut everything out in front so I could actually get to the back and then do it that way. But it's still going to be a while. Okay. Let's grab this area. And I, like, smudged the edges to make it look more like a shadow. Okay. So I'm trying to get Auto to at least, like, grab most of it, and then I can, like, fine-tune the rest if need be. This is probably... nope, that's too big. There we go. Oh no. I don't want to hurt her feelings. She would look at me and be like, Ari, why? And I would be like, eh, eh. And she'd stare at me with, like, the glaring eyes of disapproval. Yeah, okay, you probably like this one too. It's got a lot of deep beads. It would be like I wanted to be. I think it would be pretty cool if like maybe there was like there's something I kind of want to write where like a bunch of like people I know who have avatars or things like that. It's like you meet your avatar IRL with like the personality that they have. In a lot of cases, like sometimes people are different. Let me see. Cut and paste. This is her L F lock shadow. But see, like now that I've done this, I have to in-paint it all over again. And it's like, yes. But thankfully, because I only did it on this side, I don't have to do it twice. I can mouse. But see, like my problem is like the larger the brush size I use, the more it becomes like obvious that like it's losing a lot. Like you can kind of see like how abrupt this like change in tone is. And I hate that. So like I usually keep doing stuff like this where I need to go back over and like run blending on like a lot of the areas. But I also just like doing really small brush sizes as a result. So even though it makes it me take like way longer, it's more obvious to me if I like mess up and I'm using like the wrong shade for an area. Yeah, I'm probably gonna... I think my goal for now is gonna be... I'm gonna finish in-painting this area, using the shadow, flipping it to the other side, and then... I think after that I might switch to Mobby. You're so small. Being cozy is the bestest. So yeah, that gacha stream we were talking about, it's gonna happen. And I'm pretty sure I didn't set a time limit for this on my stream, specifically because I want it to be... I'm gonna do what I can. For as long as like I have motivation. And it's not like something that interrupted me. I like to give myself at least like 2.5 hours each time to work. But it's just kind of hard, especially with how crazy work has been lately, to sit down and take that much time in one go. Like, you see how right there, like, this changes, like, right here? This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. Like, if I had used a bigger brush, I wouldn't have been able to, like, get that shading change. Being small is an advantage in PvP. It makes you easier to miss. Being 10-year-old was OP for stats, though. I would really I can't wait for the day where I get to 40k. And I can just stay, like, without rebirthing for a while. Until, like, I actually get high enough level. I mean, until, like, I get to 17. And I can be like, I'm 250, I'm 250. I don't need to rebirth right now. Because I'm already at the point where, like, the only thing I spend AP on is, like, Echo Stone, basically. And forging threads. I mean, I can see my animations even though I'm 12. I mean, even though I'm 10 all the time. Also, you kind of see how, like, there's this, like, gradient that's kind of happening automatically because my pixel, like, my brush is so small that kind of, like, adapts and picks up on the pixels around it. This doesn't happen if you use bigger brushes. Like, just a quick aside, just to, like, show what I mean. You can see, like, the first time I ever did in painting, I think, was up here. And I was like, well, it's behind her ear floof. Like, most people won't see it. It's this one. No, it's this one. And, like, you can see, it's kind of monocolor, right? Because I used a bigger brush. There's, like, a little patch down here. Not really sure why that happened, but okay. Why are you like this? Okay. Like, see, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about where, like, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this where my ears wiggle, but just in case you can, I'm fixing it. But you can kind of see how, like, this is all one kind of mass of color with, like, only a little bit of variation, right? Like, if I zoom back out. Like this, right? You can kind of see, like, this is all one color. Up at the top I tried to do, like, a little bit more, but I wasn't very experienced when I was doing this one. So like, but compare that to like over here. This one I did way later. Like you can see there's a lot more like color and like texture and mixing and blending. I think it's like, and I used a much smaller brush. It looks a lot better, I think. But it's kind of cool if you look at like areas where like I in-painted early. What, you mean like copy paste and just mirror it? I haven't tried. I also don't think it's necessarily worthwhile there because, again, her ear fluff is in the way. So it's an area that you're likely not going to see very much. But I haven't tried that. Also, she's not perfectly symmetrical, so... But, like... Congrats on your burger! Burger! But I think, like, another... Like, I had to figure out how to do, like, the shading for back here and stuff. Like, this was something... Like, the first time I did it, I actually ended up having to redo this because I hadn't noticed, like, this striation of, like, different... Like, this little band here that changes color as it progresses through. So, like, when I originally redrew this, it didn't have, like, the color variations that it does now. But it's been a pretty interesting learning process. But all of that was just to show, like... Right? Why is your brush size 1.0 instead of something, you know, that's not gonna take you, like, 30 minutes to color in a small spot on your shoulder? And that is why. It actually does make a pretty big quality difference when you're using a mapping pen. Like, for example, compared, like... Oh, that doesn't work at all. Okay, cool. About what I expected. But, like, you can see how there's, like, streaks and, like, blush chains, like, even just, like, right here. Whereas, if I just, like, grab this... big brush. No. But yeah, I am hoping I get good wings. I use a heavy weapon, so attack delay reduction is right up my alley. Maybe if a good harmonic scene is around, we can potentially duo chrome. We can try the chrome duo again. Thank you. I hope it works. I am very worried about the gacha. Because for me, like... Thank you, that means a lot. I hope that it works. High magic attack, good responsiveness on their healing, monitoring their uptime, good music buffs. High rank, high technique levels. Take care of your team, like, essentially all the things that enable you to take good care of your teammates without instantly getting killed yourself. Like, if you need to get bailed out because there's, like, a bunch of stuff on you, and you just don't have the offensive power to deal with it, that's different. But... like, for example, in Chrome, if a, like, normal sword-wielding disciple walks up and one-shots you, even if you're, like, maxed out Harmonic Saint skills and you can support a lot, you can't really support if you're dead, for example. But in order to have defenses to not die, you would need, like, a lot of stuff from that. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, I think Saint Guardian is so plentiful now that they've been throwing it in many gachas and stuff, that Saint Guardian has essentially become, like, the entry level armor for mid/late game. Yeah. Like, the interesting thing is, I know Ruin, I would say, honestly, probably Ultimate Chaos. Just because, if I remember correctly, like, Saint's Guardian, the only thing it had was, like, absorption effect. But it's more like just the raw stats on Saint Guardian are good. Like, I'm still using the gauntlets from Saint Guardian because I just never got the Imperial Knight gloves. And I was stupid when they were on sale for an actual reasonable price. I was like, I don't know if I want them enough or not. And then they got sold, so. I mean, rather than don't you need, like, the entire Saint Guardian set for that? My feeling is that, like, if you need attack speed, you should just wear, like, what do you call it? Special Forest Ranger. Look, the main piece of that has attack speed 10 and max damage 10. Like, it is objectively better than wearing Saint Guardian. It's more expensive because of that, but it's not as expensive as some of the other stuff. But like, Saint Guardian is one of those weird pieces that it's like, if you are using a base non-gacha piece of armor, Saint Guardian is plentiful enough yet also like generic enough that you can basically just equip it for the stats. And then what body piece you wear kind of diverges based on if you're using magic or melee from there. Like, it really just depends on like what your goals are. But that's the problem, like, I'd say beyond any level higher than like Saint Guardian, you need to decide if you're going to be melee or magic. Like, you cannot be maximally effective if you try to do both. Unless you just build 2 entire gear sets for each. Which is how the people who like are actually cracked at both do it. They actually just have 2 entirely separate gear sets. But it's one of those things where the armors you go for are different, the enchants you go for are different. Even the techs you might use are different. They're not that different. Like, dampen, shock, and blunting field are basically essential. Yeah, I was considering starting to work on a blue Echo Stone just to get buffs for that now that my 3 primary Echo Stones are done. My first 2 were done like years and years and years ago, but I never finished my black one until recently. Now I'm trying to reforge on that. Cause I'm EK/chain hybrid. Yeah, I've had a 30 red and a 30 gold for a long time. The 30 gold was, shoot, god, that one, I got that back when I was still in archery main. Like, it still has ranged attack 14, I think, on it, something like that. And since Dex works for chain too, I just, left it on. I only got my black to 30. Like, I didn't have time, but if I did have time, I would have liked to remake my red. My current red is only like 86. It's the lowest of my 3. My black is the highest at 102 or 104 or something. But I rolled assault/cooldown like 15 on it. And that's an Echo Stone specific reforge. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not re-rolling that. That would be foolish. Like, rather than gamble on that, I would rather make another Echo Stone, hopefully with a higher roll this time, and then roll that one. And then just switch to it when it's ready. My archery roll is pretty good. Only my red one is kind of bad. I think it's 89, 96, and then 102. Like from top to bottom. But yeah, I am also just... Ruin, I just imagine like Dio strutting into his hideout as like the intro to this plays. And now he's just like posing in front of his supporters. Like right here, he's flexing even more. Kono Dio da. He's like, Kono Dio da. I'm just making fun of it, so I'm not actually trying to sing. But just do Payaka best then. NBD. I think Kat has only like rank 8 in Stole Flame at this point, so her AoE with Final Hit isn't up to par yet. But it brings me joy because like a lot of people haven't seen High Voltage Spirit Effect Weapon. And yes it is your cake. And they haven't seen like Instill Flame with like very high splash. So they're like, what are you doing that makes like one swing hit like half the room? And like thunder striking everywhere. Like, what ability is that? And I'm like, it makes me happy. Yeah, that's Payaka Abyss. You. The one with 3 orb rooms and then the Duke. Duke himself is actually pretty easy though. Like he only has one dangerous attack, and that's when he goes into the ground and teleports, and then he comes back up. That's actually his most dangerous ability. It doesn't matter as much to you since you're ranged, and you like to cast from afar anyway. But when he pops back up, he pulses blood underneath him for a split second. Like, if you're standing in it, when that pulses, it kills you. Like, it's not a damage check, it just kills you. It's a really weird one-off. I feel like I'm almost done with this area. I'm like halfway done. There's so many striations now. Can I like blend everything together? Why is it like getting worse? If I wasn't trying to finish up this area, I would totally join you. If you're still going when I finish, I will also join you. Okay, that's starting to look better. Oh, we can run those too. Lots of content today. Oh, the Undertale music stopped. It's just rain now. There we go. Yeah, if you're still there when I'm done, I will help you. I mean, I thought you had multiple passes. But yeah, that should be more than enough. Like, y'all will be fine. I'll blend these together in a bit. I'm gonna like scratch this out and then blend this side to side. And then up and down. Now for the blending run. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this color and use it over more of this. I'm gonna grab over here actually. weird that it's like adding transparency for some reason. But I'll keep blending it until it actually sticks. Will it blend? Okay. So many reworks. Okay, I think we're almost done. Like I said, like, Pyakobus is not that hard. Especially with, like, where you are now. You should be more than strong enough to handle it. You got this. Believe in you. I think my eyes are wigging out. Like, I've been staring at that spot too long. Can you tell where I was in painting? If so, I'll work on it a little bit more. I can tell, like, for sure, but... It's also one of those things where, like, I've been staring at the thing for, like, how stupidly high was this? I've been staring at the thing for, like, under, like, 1000% magnification for so long that it's stuck in my head. What do you mean never, Meteor? My eyes hurt. No, it was Meteor saying that. Meteor can't tell where I in-painted on Aki's shoulder when I separated her lock shadow. Hold up. Hold on, did I do something weird? Hold on. This was on the main image. So... what's going on? Is it just that... did I do something weird? Why is her hair messed up now? Hold on. No? So that's there. Wait, where did I edit this then? Oh no. What did I do? I'm so confused. Huh? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So remember when I went up and showed you her right ear? Yeah, I forgot to switch back the layer. So all of that like weird inpainting and stuff I did down here is on its own layer, like in the wrong place now. On the bright side, because it's off by itself in a weird area, it's actually easy to fix. I can just do this, cut and paste it into its own layer. Turn this off. Move this way down. Turn everything else back on so I can make sure to... Okay, that explains why that's there now. And then if I turn off her lock, we should see the hair shadow. Oh wait, that's a different one. That's her main hair shadow. I should go up there. This is her LF lock shadow. And then this is the main image. So if I turn this off, see how this is like not inpainted now? But if I turn this on, it is. I can just merge these two. Boop. All good, I think. Okay, let's just quickly double check. And then I'm done for the day. That was a little terrifying. Haven't done anything with our foxfire, so let's leave that alone. I didn't do anything with the ornament today, but let's just check both of its layers. Tassel separate from the base. Base is good, yep. Her ever so fluffy ears. Right ear floof, right ear itself. Left ear floof, left ear itself. There are some abnormalities I'll have to come back and fix. Flower ornament. That's 2 layers. The actual blossom itself and then the tassel is separate. Yep, all good there. Eyes. That's fine. Hair. That's good. That's fine. Okay, that's a little odd. Okay. Let's do this. This should go right above that. There we go. That turns on and off now. You can't see that because it's underneath the hair shadow. That's good. And then her hair. Each piece. Interesting, I never in-painted behind that. This piece is fine. This piece is fine. And then we've got the shadow that's underneath her hair for that I drew. Yeah, that wasn't there at all, so I just drew that. Let's duplicate layer. Rename this to RF shadow. Hide this, hide her right frontal lock, hide her left frontal lock, show this one, rotate, can I just want to do like a very quick, please flip this 180 degrees. So we'll do that. And then move this layer. And then I need to flip the layer. So it's this, grab this, and then flip horizontally at center of rotation. Up. Hit OK. Now we just need to move this properly. Let's turn her left frontal lock, her right frontal lock on. Let's move this down a little bit. Over to the side. This. There. And now her right side has a shadow too. Her left side has a shadow too, I should say. think it needs to move downward just a little bit, though. Manual tuning. A little higher. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay. So now, when I look left and right, my shadow, the shadow underneath my hair can move independently of the hair, so I can rig that properly as well. Okay. Let's put this in the hair with that. And then if I turn this off, her face, her mouth has all of the nice things. Do you like ketchup? Okay. With that, I think everything is set to save for today. Wow. Let me save a duplicate as the Clip Studio format. I started working on this as like PSD specifically because Live2D can't take in CSPP, but it can take in PSD. So working in PSD makes it so that I never accidentally import an outdated version. But yeah, I think that's good for today. I didn't get as much hair rigging as I would like to have done, but I did get a fair bit done. Like in painting and fixing a couple errors that I noticed. Another big thing that... Oh wait. Unfortunately, the biggest thing that I meant to fix, I didn't actually fix. There's like some spot in her eye that I noticed that was problematic. And that was like the main thing I wanted to fix today. Is it under her right eye side? Oh wait, left eye side then. Did you finish your Abyss run already? Is it actually like in her iris that there's issues? Because I noticed that there was like a bunch of transparent spots, but where did they come from? But what if I turn the rest of this? I don't know where it came from then. That's the weird part. And it's definitely not part of the highlights. Those are all fine. Amplified? Hmm. That is the, like, max HP defense crit one, right? My question is, what would you want it for? Like, it increases the repair cost and doesn't really give you anything. It's... Like, is there a specific thing that you're trying to build this for? Like, it's not like the repair costs are bad these days since they nerfed it pretty hard and, like, made repairs actually reasonable. I remember my chain used to cost, like, 1.6 million to repair because I had, like, Temsen enchants on it or something like that. Like, combined, it capped it out. Okay, I will come. I just wanted to see, like, if I rig this in Live2D, there is very clearly something wrong, but I can't find where the issue is here. But I am done for the day. I will probably off-stream throw this back in and see if I can figure out what it is. But yeah, Amplified is oh, I see. Amplified is pretty bad. Generally, like, just generally speaking, unless it gives you a lot of defense or HP, if it doesn't have max damage or magic attack, depending on what your build is, it's not a very good enchant. Some exceptions are like Sandglass or Fortification, but even those still have max damage on them. But they have utility effects that are strong enough that I could see why you would run them over something that would, under normal circumstances, be considered much better. Magic attack enchants are for people who are actually mages. If you are not a mage main, then you don't need magic attack enchants. But if you are a mage main, then yes. But, like, for example, let's say you're an elemental knight, that doesn't count as being a mage main. You would prefer max damage enchants in that case. Alright. Let me go ahead and just save. I just needed to double check all of my layers, make sure everything was right. After I messed up earlier, it seems that merging the layers worked as expected. Okay. I'm gonna stop streaming just for a second while I switch over to Mobby, just so that I can keep these streams separate. But, yeah. I will be right back. Please don't go anywhere if you're interested in sticking around and seeing all the Mobby stuff. I will, Mobby. Let me just charge some NX off screen so you can, and I'll restart stream in a sec. See you soon. I'll be right back.